Hey guys, my name is JessiMew, and welcome back to another episode of an honestly very hard challenge. In the last episode, Stone stumbled directly into the perfect opportunity when he found the killer bear hyena right beneath the palm tree. It turned out the killer bear hyena had actually been stunned here by one of these coconuts. He probably got a little bit too greedy when he was chasing after the bunnies. So as the bluebirds stole his meal, we swept in and we took him down. Finally, we have a nice big feast for our family. Nickole's camp is going to erupt with celebration. She's not only just about to have her baby, but now she has the perfect warrior to protect them. So let's have Mars go ahead and collect the meat for him, because I think Nickole is probably going to call him straight back to the nursery. In fact, we should probably bring her up here first, so she can go ahead and munch this healing fruit. That way her baby should be protected for when she builds her nest. So hopefully that means her very first heir is going to be nice and healthy. Though I am a little bit concerned that our friendly bear hyena hasn't been seen in such a long time. Do you think he's still out here somewhere? We did see one of the bluebirds try to steal one of his meals too, so I would imagine that he's probably very, very angry as well. He must be wondering where his brother ran off to, and where his mate did too, because previously they were helping him collect the food. So let's have Stone start making his way down the shore. Unfortunately, it looks like it's a little bit dark now, so it might take you a few more turns. I'm actually thinking that maybe Nickole would let him sit on top of the stump this time. He can let out his own battle cry to celebrate his victory. Maybe that would even attract a few wanderers their way as well. We'll go ahead and move Mars over to the nest for now though, since we don't really want him sitting up underneath the palm tree either. The nest should be safe though. It seems like these permanent nests make it so coconuts can't fall down, so that should be the perfect place for him to rest. Unfortunately, Mars doesn't get around quite as easily as Stone does, so it's going to take him some time to get back. I am wondering if Nickole is going to see that as a weakness too. It's probably not going to be very hard for her baby to appear stronger in her eyes. So it seems like they are truly going to be the true heir to the throne. But yes, Stone, if you can come on up here, maybe on the next turn we could have you give some more of that nest material to the peaceful bear, because unfortunately it looks like he's wandering off. Just as we're about to have our royal baby too, so that's a little bit of a bummer. Hopefully that's not going to mean disaster in your future, Nickole. Now let's go on over to the other side of the tribe, where quite a bit is going on. Comet, of course. He was just about to sing out for some more reinforcements of his own. Luckily, the battle cries haven't started yet. Stone's victory song is still silent, so theirs shouldn't be overpowered. But I do want to see if maybe you guys could grab that bunny too, so Celestine, as your mate is hard at work, come on over here and grab the extra food for your babies. I know they are definitely going to need it. Now Comet, with the Dodomingos circling around you, maybe they could help carry your song to some wanderers in the grass. Well, it looks like they're probably meandering off to the darkness right now. Maybe they know if somebody's lurking out this way. This is all uncharted territory after all, and that reminds me that you two probably want to clear out the camp. If we could get rid of this grass right around the safe haven, at least that wouldn't leave them so open to attack again. So maybe that's going to be Celestite's mission next. I would have Aqua and her friend Adeline do it, but they're kind of on their own mission right now. They're following the waterfall all the way down to the tide pool to try to find that clown koi again. Aqua did see one over in the stream before, and it gave her these odd flashes of a life that she just can't remember, so she's hoping if she finds another one she might have some more clues. Since these two are prophets too, they probably think that it's all some sort of big prophecy. In fact, if she's not taking it to mean her past life, I wonder if she thinks that somebody else is going to fall victim to the waves instead. So she probably wants to seek out those clown koi to unravel the rest of the mystery, to make sure that her own family is going to be safe. Adeline is along for the ride to make sure that she's safe meanwhile. She's still a little bit worried that she may have brought that bad luck upon her. So she's going to watch her back. And Aqua can go ahead and pick the berries for her, since Adeline can't do that herself. Let's have Adeline jump in front of her. Oh, excellent. It looks like you have a little bunny snack to share with her too. So while you can't pick the berries, at least you can provide the meat. You two are going to have no trouble staying full. We should probably have you two sniff around too, just to make sure that nothing dangerous is lurking in your path. So far so good. So we'll come back to you on the next turn. And for now, let's go back to Sheba over here. She's trying her best to teach little Acadian how to do a spot of fishing, so let's go ahead and dip your Berryina claw back in to grab up all the rest. It must be a little bit bittersweet, to be honest. She really does miss taking care of her son, but this probably only reminds her of Stone more. And Acadian seems like he's probably going to be a very quiet sort. Quiet, but very, very observant, so I'm sure he's soaking up these lessons like a sponge. We'll have to have somebody come over here to pick up the nest too, just so we don't lose that extra nesty material. But unfortunately, Acadian, you're a little bit too young right now, so we're just going to leave you right there. And all that leaves next is you, Jericho, and you have quite the important mission of your own. In fact, let's go ahead and have you sneak along the outskirts here, following the Dodongos straight into Nickole's camp. It would probably be for the best if you go into the grasses, actually. That'll give you a little bit more camouflage. But you're arriving at a pretty opportune moment, too. Not only are we just about to see the birth of Nickole's very first heir, but I would imagine that Stone's war cries are probably going to drown out any noise you might make. So most likely they're not going to notice you lurking. I think we should be ready to skip the day, though. So let's cross our fingers. Let's hope as hard as we can that this baby is going to survive. Nickole's very first child? Oh no. Oh, Nickole, that age-old tradition did not work for you. The healing fruit holds no power over the Keeper of Bones. How fitting, too, that all she has is a pile of bones to remind her of her baby. This has to be some sort of cruel punishment, a cruel reminder of all the terrible things you've done. One of you had the excellent idea, too, that maybe the fertility gene would actually be connected to Mist. I really like the idea that she's kind of inadvertently becoming our fertility goddess, thanks to her connection to the dream babies too. So this is kind of like a double whammy in a way. Her baby has passed away to that strange, mysterious sickness, and she also has a very, very poor fertility trait. So it's going to be hard for her to even attempt to have another baby from here on out. Well, I guess you would probably want to seek out your friendly Berryina. It looks like he's still lurking around too, though he must be very, very sad after seeing his baby pass. Do you think she would even be willing to try again with him? I mean, if this baby was too weak to survive, why would she think that the next one is going to be any different? Nickole kind of seems like a one strike and you're out sort of character to me, so she might not seek out her friendly Berryina anymore. With him hiding in the darkness too, it only makes it seem like their bond is fading. And I wonder if she would even turn her attention to Stone next. Stone, who has proven himself so capable in her eyes. Stone, who has literally taken down one of the fiercest enemies on the island. Surely their baby would be strong enough to survive. So let's have her move on over here, lighting up the way to the stump. Okay, Mr. Dodongo, thank you very, very much for blocking us. There we go, Stone. Jump on up here. And as you let out your war cries tonight, we're going to see if maybe we can breed Stone and Nickole. Stone does have slightly better fertility. It's still hard to say if he has the infertility trait in his genes, but hopefully this will be easier than breeding with Berryinas. We'll have her try again on the next turn. I think for now we'll just have Stone go ahead and let out his war cries. We don't want to waste too much time without him calling out for potential reinforcements after all. Okay, for a moment I thought I saw something slithering around back here, but I think it was just the Dodongo. They must be carrying that song far and wide then. We always knew that Stone kind of revered Nickole, saw her as this great and mystical goddess all her own. So to know that she wants to start a family with him now must have his heart soaring. He probably doesn't even realize what a betrayal it is to his brother. So the question is our friendly Berryina going to confront him? Or is he going to slink off into the darkness somewhere else? Far away to be with his own thoughts, maybe, and to keep chasing after bunnies, of course. We'll have Mars go ahead and grab one extra coconut, and then I think we'll have him return to the camp on the next turn. And now as for you guys, it looks like that mole is finally back again. If only Aqua were around, she would probably jump on it in an instant. But she has some bigger plans. So let's have you two make your way deeper into the grasses, We'll have Aqua jump this way. We'll have Adeline jump right in front of her, playing leapfrog all the way down to the tide pools. Now you guys can clearly hear the sound of the ocean, and it looks like you have a nice little place to rest too. Unfortunately, I don't see any berries out here, but tons and tons of roots. If only one of you had the digging paw, that would be excellent. I guess you'll have to take it as some sort of sign for now. In fact, we do often consider the roots to be some sort of pathway left by our deities. It's almost like they were leading a pathway straight down to the tide pools, actually, just like the waterfall itself. So you know you're definitely on the right track. We'll bring Aqua over here, I think, but not too close to the beaches just yet. I want to make sure they have plenty of turns just in case there's some danger in the water. Yeah, all things considered, it is very, very quiet out here. Suspiciously quiet. Only one little bunny by our side, and one little bunny straight across the stream, too. Sheba can probably hear him hopping around. That's probably very, very tempting, too. I know you love these fish, but you do enjoy your bunnies a little bit more. In fact, that would be one surefire way to remind you of your son. For that matter, since he's finally started singing, I'm sure heaviness has returned to Sheba's heart. I'm sure as those Dodamingos parrot the song right back to her, all she can think of is the son that she lost. Of course, she is glad to know that he's okay. She's glad to know that he is successful. No matter what transpired between them, all she really wanted to see was him happy. But it still makes her heart hurt to know that she lost him in such a terrible way. So we'll have her give Acadian a nice quick pat on the head, because at least she's not alone. At least we know she has somebody by her side to keep her company. And you know, from this lighting, it almost looks like he has golden Berrina claws. Do you see that? Ooh, how mysterious. Golden, just like that gem right on your chest. I wonder if that's going to play a part in his story in the future too. The Golden Clawed Warrior. It fits well with the skull that he has in his face too. The skull mask is a very, very fitting appearance for one of Moon Eye's champions. So Celestite, as your mate continues to sing out from his stump, trying his best not to be drowned out by the war cries on the other side of the island. Oh my gosh, did it work? Oh my gosh, another prophet? Oh, this island is just teeming with mysteries. Morganite. Oh, what a gorgeous name. That actually almost reminds me of Celestite. Morganite and Celestite. You two sound like quite the interesting little duo. She is gorgeous too. I guess she was attracted a little bit more by this song of protection. Comet's is a song of resilience and strength, rather than pure brute power. The god of sacrifice might be valiant, but he doesn't sing about his victories. He only sings about keeping his family safe. So let's have Celestite creep on over to her side. Hopefully we can catch her before she skitters away. And we'll go ahead and offer up a little bit of extra food to stay with us. She is so, so pretty. Oh my gosh, all those spines on her back. That gives her a strength of 3, the spiky body combined with those beautiful savannah horns. But gosh, do you think maybe she's actually connected to Adeline? Oh, if only she were still around, she could probably tell us. If maybe she's her sister. She's 17 days old, and Adeline is 26 days old. That's actually a pretty big difference. If Adeline had already seen her parents pass away, probably to the vicious claws of the Berrinas, of course, then I can't imagine that Morganite would have been old enough to be connected. There's always a possibility that she's from some different, distant branch, though. Or maybe she's just a completely different prophet entirely. How fitting, too, that every single one of the prophets is just, like, congregated over here. They can clearly feel where the true power lies. It has nothing to do with Nickole and her scorpion tail. So, Morganite, I'm sure you need a little bit of rest. We could show you over to the oak tree, actually. Let's have Celestite come on over here. Oh yeah, we need somebody to pick up the nest, too. Well, I guess that might be a good opportunity for you to rest, actually. Let's bring you over here so you can repair the nest for us. Oh my gosh, I thought that was another one. Those Dodoningos keep scaring me every single time. Not only do they have the same yellow silhouette as our wanderers, but they're also very, very wiry. Well, we have you to thank, Mr. Dodomingo. You're probably the one who actually helped call Morgana out here. And you know, just like we figured, this was where she was hiding. Interesting. Maybe we do need to send a little scouting party out into the darkness over here after all. Now, as for you, Jericho, I think you might want to come on over here and pick up the Dodomingo meat. Just like little scraps from the outskirts to keep him alive, I guess. You're getting very, very close to Nickole's camp. But you know better than to leave meat lying around. No need to attract any Barrina visitors into the grasses now. That would definitely give away your location. So we should be ready to skip the day again. Let's come on over here to see if the friendly Barrina is going to stumble out from the darkness. Well, our peaceful bear is back. I don't really know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, especially considering how much Mist clearly dislikes you, Nickole. And since the peaceful bears are connected to her in some way, it seems like Mist has actually been watching you all along, just to see if you would actually make a fit mother. I mean, as our true beacon of positivity, I guess she wanted to believe in you, but now she's not so sure. Well, either way, I guess this is your second chance. Your chance to prove yourself, Nickole. There we go, so that time was successful. Now all we have to do is wait. Let's have you come on down here to offer up the peaceful bear a little bit more nesting material too, just to make sure that nothing dangerous is going to stumble into the nursery this time. You have all of your hopes and dreams set on this baby now, because clearly aligning yourself with the Barrinas was a bad idea from the start. It's nice to see that Mars is all grown up now too. So with 3 gems, you'll have a little bit more energy to spare. A little bit more energy to do some more wandering. Maybe we could have you sneak down here? See if you can find the Barrina? Oh my gosh. Oh, did he pass away of a broken heart? Oh my gosh, that is actually heartbreaking. Mars, and you're the one to discover him? You're the one who's going to have to bring back the news? And meanwhile, what is going on with all the bunnies back here? Oh my gosh, is this bluebird like scaring them out from hiding? That has to be very, very hard for you to resist, Jericho. Let's have you sneak on over here, and we'll see if you can grab at least a couple of bunnies for your troubles. In fact, it looks like you could even snag a few. I feel like you would be a little bit more content to paw at the ground though, to get those roots of course, and to continue belting out that song of victory. You have a lot to be grateful for right now. I think the most heartbreaking thing of all though, is that Stone is never even going to realize how much he hurt his brother. They're never going to get the chance to talk again. After all that Barrina did for him, watching his back day in and day out, long after Sheba had disappeared into the grasses. What a terrible way for the story to end. I wonder if Anime might even try to intervene. Well, Comet, I guess it's enough singing for one day. At least you managed to find yourself one new friend. We might even bring you over here for a little spot of mole hunting again. It's been a while since you indulged in hunting too. So as Celestite grabs the extra acorns, and as she continues to clear out the grasses, of course, we'll have Comet leap all the way over here to take down this mole. Since his daughter doesn't seem to be anywhere in sight, it's probably for the best that somebody grabs the meat. Now, Sheba, you appear to be out of fish to gather. I guess for now we'll have you clean up the area too then? Though that bunny must still have you mighty curious. You know, I think Acadian is actually growing up pretty soon too. Yeah, he should be getting his second gem in the next turn. So it wouldn't be out of the question for you to maybe take him across the stream? Just for a little spot of bunny hunting. It won't be long. I'm sure that Celestine wouldn't mind. For that matter, it even looks like there are some normal berries over there. That's probably what the bunny is guarding, so you two could come back with tons and tons of food. And you could do a little bit of exploring too. Now, Morganite, we'll have you try your best to help this tribe as well. I'm sure you're very, very grateful that they've allowed you to stay, so you can do a little bit of tidying up too. Do you think maybe she would stand guard on the shore? If she's heard Sheba's plans, she might want to make sure that the baby is okay too. I wonder if she's taken a quick shining to little Acadian. I mean, her prickly spikes aside, she seems like she could actually be a pretty motherly sort, kind of swooping up babies right underneath their wing. Little mother porcupine. I guess for now we'll go ahead and have Sheba gather up the algae over here. And then it should be time for us to return to you and Adeline Aqua. Let's have you take your very first steps onto the beaches. That's right, unfortunately you have some poor eyesight, so you're actually going to have Adeline jump down here to light up the way for you. And there's that pesky bunny again. Let's have you jump up here, swipe the bunny from behind, and then Adeline can go ahead and pick up the meat. I would imagine it's kind of almost like a little game to them, chasing bunnies and hunting side by side. Gotta do something to keep themselves preoccupied right now, especially as prophecies are so hard to come by. It almost makes me wonder if they're going to be the ones to discover this tree in the distance. How fitting would that be for Aqua to set up over here? We always assumed it would be Sheba because she is connected to the water too, but Aqua's in a league of her own. It might even make it a little bit easier for her to find some clown koi, assuming that they do still spawn out in the ocean, and I'm pretty sure that they do. She would have plenty of places to look, and who knows if there are more secrets waiting for us on the islands. So assuming that the bunnies continue to lead them in this direction, maybe that's where they're going to turn for next. For now though, I think we are all out of turns, so let's go ahead and skip the day again, as the bunnies settle down right next to some of our most capable warriors too. You guys are probably in for quite the surprise. Let's go ahead and sniff around first. No new dangers? It actually seems like Stone's war cry is doing a pretty good job of warning the Berryinas away. Maybe not so much the bunnies, but definitely the Berryinas. So with your peaceful bear replete, and with your healing fruit still growing, I wonder if maybe Nickole would jump on over here to check up on the other healing fruits too. Maybe she thinks that this one is actually like tainted or something? Used by filthy paws, since that was what Sheba collected before she had Stone. Good thing Nickole has such a big garden, but I'm sure she would cast a curious glance over at Mars, as he jumps into the darkness and gathers up the Berryina meat sitting in the pile. There's really no question who the remains belong to, and with Nickole so clearly about to have another baby, I think Mars knows that she betrayed her so-called love. I feel like she would probably just scoff at the idea though, like it's not really her problem. Surely the Berryina knew that it was only a bond of strength. True love doesn't exist out here in the middle of war, so Mars is getting a first-hand glimpse at how unpredictable this silver-tongued little scorpion can be. How erratic her decisions are even, jumping from one place to the next as long as it's going to get her closer to her goal. As long as it's going to make her appear strong and capable, and cut out whatever weakness is still lingering in her life. Mars must be wondering if that's going to become him in the future too. He knows how hard it is for him to get around, and he knows that she wasn't exactly impressed with his efforts next to the killer Berryina. She was far, far more taken by Stone. So how long is it going to be before she decides to cut him out of her life too? Maybe it is actually time that he moves on. The only question is, where on earth would he go? Now Jericho, I think it might be time for you to maybe stumble out into the clearing over here. Try to find a way to sneak a bit closer to her camp. Leave those bunnies behind. As tempting as they might be, you should probably do a little bit of work. For that matter, Celestite is probably getting pretty worried about you. She did tell you your one mission is to get in and get out. And then I guess it's finally time for Sheba to cross a stream. So just like the Oasis, I'm going to assume that she'll be okay here. In fact, usually if our creatures jump right back onto dry solid land, we don't have to worry about them taking any drowning damage. The one question is going to be whether or not our golden clawed warrior can survive. I'm hoping that maybe he'll be able to jump the gap entirely. He has a swimming tail too, so he has a little bit more power on his side. Oh no, but it doesn't look like he can jump far enough. Alright Sheba, this is very, very risky. But let's have you call him over. He'll jump into the water and then you can yank him straight back up. There we go, it looks like he was okay. He's very, very tired though. That's more than Acadian has ever done in his life before. The bunny seems to have skidded away in the meantime, but it did leave behind its big juicy berry bush, so you guys know you have a feast coming. Oh, poor Morganite, she must just be like fretting from the shore over here. Is Acadian okay? I saw him struggle getting over there. Please tell me he's okay. It kind of makes you wonder if there's something she knows that the rest of our tribe doesn't. Some danger that only she can sense. Maybe as a way to calm her down, Celestite would request that she jumps on top of the stump instead. She can light up a little bit more of the area, and she should be able to see straight over to the other side of the stream anyways. It's probably a bit of a better vantage point. So we'll have her await eagerly for their return. And then last but not least, all we have left to do is chase down a few more bunnies with you two. It looks like they're still leading you two straight down the shore. So grab this one for us, Adeline, and we'll have Aqua settle down right next to the beach. Now one last time, let's go ahead and sniff around over here. There's still bunnies hopping down the shore, but you can't exactly sense what's in the grass on this side. Let's have Adeline get a little bit closer. Anything at all for you guys to see? Not a single resource in those grasses. It's almost like this place is a complete wasteland. Clearly there's nothing here that the deities want you to see. So I think Aqua is going to request that they start making their way down this shore instead. And of course that's when they're going to see that safe haven in the distance. So it sounds like that's going to be their mission after all. So maybe in the next episode we'll see if these two prophets can make their way all the way over to the islands. It's going to be very difficult, of course, and they'll have to watch out for leeches. But of all the creatures here, I think they have the best shot. We'll just go ahead and skip the day one more time to make sure that nothing dangerous is going to appear. Oh. Okay. Nothing dangerous indeed. Yeah, nothing dangerous at all, just a nice big bear hyena and a wandering teen. Oh. It looks like there is something out here after all. Oh, how interesting. A nimble-fingered wanderer? So I guess there is more for you guys to discover on this side of the land. And of course there's this situation too. The moment you two set foot on this new territory, of course that's when the bear hyenas come calling. So it seems like Morganite may have had a bit of a clue after all. She knew that danger was lurking where the bunnies roam. The only question is, can we get Acadian away fast enough? Or has Sheba unwittingly set him up for death? Sheba is never going to forgive herself if he's hurt. But for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!